How y'all doing?
I was on the plane with the wine. You can call me Whitney, I know that he'll name. Listen, the baddest in the school, the baddest in the game. Excuse me, honey, but nobody's in my lane.
Don't beat me up. Okay? I'm just a girl. I know I have been MIA since I was in MIA, but there's a logical explanation for that, and I'm going to try to keep this brief as much as I can. For the past 5 months, it's just been a whirlwind of things that have transpired, changed, whatever the best term is. I want to start by apologizing for my absence. I know that consistency is key as it relates to content creating and so on. However, life do be lifing, and that's what occurred with me. So I took an unintentional break from YouTube, and I have tried. I mean, I'm not gonna say I took a break, because I have posted. Let me correct all of that. I have posted some shorts, but I haven't posted consistently, and I haven't posted long form content. And what's crazy is I have recorded long form content, but it just wasn't enough for me to. I didn't feel like it was enough to give y'all. It wasn't enough substance in it, I felt, to give y'all. But I probably, in hindsight, could have posted it anyway. Even if to me it's boring or not enough, I could have posted it anyway. I'm working on that. But all in all, I just haven't been able to really be in the fullness of my creativity and the fullness of the focus that's necessary to be consistent in content creation amongst all of my platforms. I'm only kind of just now coming back into that within the past few weeks or whatever. The reason for all of that is because in June 3rd to be exact, I began the process and completed the process of relocating. So I'm no longer in Atlanta, Georgia. I am back home in Jacksonville, Florida. And that was and has been a journey from the beginning of that process up to now. The reason for my move was just, it was time, I feel. I had already toyed with the idea of coming back home because I knew I came to realize that Atlanta probably just wasn't going to be a forever place for me. But I feel like it was one of those things that it served its purpose in my life, and now it's time to move on. But I just kept toying around with actually putting things into motion. And so it just came to a point where God will put you in uncomfortable spaces and situations to force you to do what it is God needs you to do when God wants you to do it. And that's literally what happened with me. Because the sequence of events that led up to me having to, like, all right, now I gotta move for real, it was so bizarre. But then it's like I had like an aha moment, like okay, I see why this happened. I get it. Okay. And so I just recognized that was just God's way of saying, you're moving too slow. I got stuff I'm trying to do for you. You said you want these things. You said you want to move along a certain path. Well, the only way you're going to really be able to do that is if you relocate. And I just need you to trust me through this process. And so that's essentially what it's been for me. So it wasn't like I was leaving behind any type of drama or whatever. I had experienced some drama, but not enough that I'm like, oh, I'm finna leave. No. This was just other stuff, like with my apartments and my apartment complex and the neighborhood changing, and it just was just stuff that was just happening, like almost like nothing's a coincidence. It just was things that was happening that was like, okay, I get it now that this is no longer aligned with me, and my goal is to align myself with things that are conducive to my growth and my overall well-being. So let me just move accordingly. So anyway, fast forward, I ended up having to pack up. Shout out to Ty. Thank you so much again for your help with helping me move. You and your family, your brothers. I sold, I would say, 80% of the things that I owned at that apartment, which would really just include all of my furniture, with the exception of like a shoe rack and this computer chair I'm sitting in. But like all my furniture, I sold that. And I used that money towards the moving process. I sold a lot of decorative stuff. I think I sold most, if not all, my decorative items except for my curtains and a couple canvas art and a vase. Everything else I got rid of. I sold a lot of kitchenware. I just sold a lot of stuff that I had accumulated and had for a while. And even stuff that I had recently, well, I would say during that time, I had, like, the latter part of me living there, I bought because I thought that, okay, I just need to revamp my whole place. But the thing of it is when you are somewhere you're not supposed to be, God would never let you be comfortable there. God would never let you settle there. And that's what was happening for me. It's like I'm getting these things to decorate, but it just don't feel like a home no more. Like, I feel like nothing is coming together. Like, I'm just spending money on stuff that it's just not working. So that's why I was just like, all right, I'm gonna stop and just figure out what it is and tune in, right? So fast forward, I come home. I hadn't intended on living with anyone. I thought that I was just going to transition and move into my own place. But the problem with that is the timing just didn't allow me to really plan that, because I don't want to say it's last minute, but it also was last minute, because the type of planner that I am for something like this, I would have began that process 6 months before, at least 6 months before it was time to go. This happened in a matter of 30 days. So it kind of was last minute in the grand scheme of things. So I ended up moving back home to my mom's house. And it's just been a whirlwind of events since I got here. Family matters is the bulk of that. And just trying to reacclimate myself to being home, being around family, being whatever. And the harsh reality of that is I had been reminded on several occasions through several occurrences that this is why I left. Like, it just reminded me why I left to begin with. But I'm here now, and I just realized that boundaries have to be reinforced and or newly established that I didn't maybe recognize that I didn't establish before. And then two, when you live at a distance from family, it's easier to navigate that because you won't have to be around to deal with family matters like that, as opposed to actually being in the midst of it on a regular basis. And so just having to navigate through all of that, and the bulk of that stuff is kind of died down now, but the residue is still there. And so I am 5 months in, and it's time for me to move. Like, even once I got here, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm not going to be here for a long time, because if you used to living on your own, you know what that's like. You don't want to live with nobody else, and that's where I'm at with it. My weight been up and down, my face filling out more, my face breaking out. It's stress and just being overstimulated and agitated and just not thriving in the right environment for me. This is just like a midway to where I needed to be, right? So I move next week, actually, after Thanksgiving, and I couldn't be more excited. I know that I have prayed on this. I have prayed for God to help me set the trajectory of where I'm to eliminate the obstacles or overcome the obstacles that will allow me to change the trajectory of my life and where I see myself going. Does that make sense? That's what I'm trying to say, I think. Did we arrive? Cool. Okay. Don't know what happened there. But anyway, so with that, it's going to come a lot of sudden changes. It's going to come a lot of redirection. It's going to come, obstacles and learning along the way and all that kind of jazz. So that's where I'm at with it. So I'm excited, but I know that this is just the beginning of where I'm trying to go. And I have faith and have had faith since I left Georgia that I am headed in the right direction. Even if I felt like, okay, well, I know we had this conversation, God, but you really want me to go back to Florida? Why I need to go back to Jacksonville? Okay, well, if that's, you know best. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things. And so I've just been trying to reacclimate myself and just adapt to being back home, being back around family. And also the other thing is I'm not the same person I was when I left. That's another thing that is kind of challenging when trying to reintegrate back into the family dynamic in close quarters or whatever, if that makes sense. Because again, a lot of times people hold on to their previous experiences of you, of whoever you, that version of you that they created of you in their mind, but you're not that person no more. And so being away also allowed me to evolve and grow in a lot of ways, mentally, emotionally, and whatever have you. So coming in to a familiar environment with a new outlook on things and a new mentality is also challenging as well, because I'm just not the same version of myself I was before I left. Like, there are a lot of things that are still me. I'm still Cea, but I'm not that kind of Cea no more, if that makes sense. So there's that. But anyway, I am gonna be doing some vlogging closer to the time of me moving to, I won't say reintroduce myself, but just kind of pick up where we left off, so to speak. Because I know that I have posted some short form content of, spending the day with me or me taking myself out on a date, but it just wasn't a long form content like this. So I'm going to be integrating both types because I have to post on my other platforms, and we all know that different platforms require different things for your content to really gain momentum and traction. So there's that. I have most of the stuff that I brought with me, like my clothes and essentials and all that stuff, plus whatever else I've accumulated since I've been here, is here in this house. But the bulk of my stuff is in my storage facility. So I have also accumulated more household essentials, some decorative stuff, but mainly household essentials for the new place. I have to start all over with decorating and making my house a home and getting furniture and all these things. I'm not really sure if I'm going to have the furniture I want before I move officially, but I'll get all those things in time. It's nothing wrong with starting over. The biggest thing is I have my own space and I do what I need to do in the interim. And then it gives me time to really take my time to, again, make my house a home and really invest in how I see my home, right? And so that's exciting, and I'm looking forward to that. So I'm going to be making sure that I'm consistently recording, even if I have to put pieces together and y'all got to see a span of days in one video. If that's what I have to do, so to make sure that I am giving y'all what y'all need and what y'all ask, not what you need, but what you subscribed to or for, then I'm gonna do that, because I know that you all are here supporting me, and I don't want to be continue to be inconsistent and not deliver. So I plan on doing that. I am going to be doing a video of my move-in day, because I always clean my apartment when I get my keys. I always clean before I move my stuff in. I pray over my space. I, protect it, put things in place to protect my space, my home, my energy. And so I'll be doing that. And then I'll be doing another one once I go pick up my truck and start loading and all that jazz. I do still plan on posting the Q&A video. I haven't recorded it yet, but I do still plan on doing that, because I have had people who have reached out to me with questions that they would like for me to have to provide answers to, and I just felt like it would be better to just put it all in one video. But I am open to receiving way more questions. Of course, if it's duplicates, I'll just condense that into one. But if you have like questions you want me to answer about me, and the Q&A is just that, it's just Q&A about me, about getting to know Cea in question form that maybe I haven't expressed on this channel before, or if you come from a different platform onto this one, like if you follow me on my other socials, then some stuff you may or may not already be privy to knowing, you know. So this will just give you a chance to really just kind of become more familiar with me through a Q&A introduction, if you will. So definitely send your questions. You can post them in the comments below. You can, and also in the comments below, I want you to let me know where you are viewing from, so I can know, like, you know, where everybody is, you know. So yeah, definitely let me know in the comments where you're watching from, and how you found me. Also, that's helpful too, so I know what I need, what's working and what's not, and what I need to do. I'm just, you know, trying to revamp my creativity so I can get back into it, and also just so you can be a part of my journey. There are about to be a lot of changes, a lot of things integrated. I'm gonna get back on my lifestyle changes, because my skin breaking out like this and my weight being up and down like this, it's just, I just cannot be bothered. So that's definitely in the works. But I, again, just wanted to give you an update that I'm still here. Just life been lifing. I have a lot of changes that have occurred and a lot of changes to come, and change is good, even though it has been an experience, to say the least, but we still here. So I appreciate your loyalty. I appreciate your patience, your understanding, and you just still being here, you know. And I look forward to posting more consistently. I'm going to try to push out some stuff. I have to figure out what I'm going to push out before the actual move. It may be a you know, come with me to get some last minute things for my move, or come with me to go get my truck, or however I end up doing that, so that I can start segueing back into the swing of things. But otherwise, I love you. Your booty stank. I'll be cooking soon. I miss cooking. And if you have any other things like you'd like to see, like ideas for content, like I have a whole little, let me show y'all. Can y'all see that? Yeah, I made a whole list of vlogging ideas so that I won't run out of them. But if there's anything that you feel like you would like to see, it may or may not already be on my list, but it would help me to know. So definitely get in these comments and let me know what's up. But I love y'all, and we'll talk in a few. Bye.
Don't play with it, don't play with it, don't play with it, don't play with it.